Hey everybody, what is going on? It is Dunbar Snackbar, and I kind of wanted to introduce a series that I've been working on a little bit lately, and I know it's very different from anything that I have done before. But with, changes going on and stuff like that, I've fortunately been able to go ahead and play games just for me. And so I'm being able to do stuff that I've wanted to do. And one of those things was really get into Arma 3. So one of the things that I've been working on is scripting, creating missions. I'm nowhere near the point where I'm going to go ahead and publish missions or anything like that on the Steam Workshop. But I thought this would be something that would be kind of cool for me, because I'm like, what's the point of having this knowledge on how to create missions if I don't use it at all? So I've decided to go ahead and come up with a series that I'm calling Resolute Alliance. Now, the whole point of this is that so I'll start off scripting one mission with an overall arcing story, and the consequences of the previous mission will fall into the next one, or could go ahead and create, what the whole objectives and everything for the next mission is going to be. So I really don't know how this is all going to unfold, and that's kind of cool for me. So I kind of wanted to give a little bit of a background on what's going on, the main part of the story. And a lot of this I'm grabbing from Bohemia Interactive, which is the company that made Arma. So here is the map. As you can see, the timeline on everything is 2035, and things have shifted tremendously from how it is now as far as politics and allegiances and stuff like that go. There's a lot of question marks in this. I don't completely understand exactly how the Philippines would have gone to Chinese influence without China doing anything about Taiwan either. How Iceland would have gone against NATO and to be under Russian influence, or I don't know. Those greens are too similar. And then also Turkey. Turkey is now part of the Islamic Republic of Iran. So the Islamic Republic of Iran and the Iranian allies in this game are called CSAT. So they are the antagonists of this, and NATO is the protagonist. Not a surprise, it's traditionally how it goes, but NATO also has some really cool tools in the game. So, I guess to go over the first chapter a little bit. So, Azerbaijan is on the eastern country, kind of above Turkey. You see how those little two blue ones up there? Well, that's Azerbaijan. So you can imagine with stuff like this going on, the United States, NATO would probably have more budget going towards defense, and that would mean the United States would have to reactivate a number of divisions. So in episode 1, or chapter 1, I should say, I'm going to be playing as the 11th Airborne Division training in Azerbaijan. Now, the 11th Airborne, it's actually... I really like these guys because the 11th Airborne played a role in World War II. And then when air assault was becoming something that the United States was looking into, like using helicopters to be able to get to different parts of the battlefield, they reactivated the 11th Airborne, but then they changed over and were deactivated again. So in this story, the 11th Airborne has just been reactivated and they're training in Azerbaijan. CSAT, through a number of economic sanctions, are really feeling a lot of pressure economically and are looking to expand, and have threatened the Arab League to either submit or be attacked because they want their oil, basically, for increased revenues and to put a stranglehold on the economy of NATO and everybody else. So all of this I don't know about, but no big surprise. The first mission, surprise attack, everything like that, is going to take place. So how it'll work is CSAT is primarily going into Saudi Arabia and the Arabian Peninsula, while at the same time trying to eliminate some NATO influence pretty close to their borders. So that's kind of the overarching story. Now, because I'm playing as the 11th Airborne too, that means I'm going to be putting restrictions on myself, so that way I can't do certain things. So the 101st Airborne, as far as my understanding goes, does not have any armor to their name. They will get armor from support of other units, but they themselves don't have any. So for me, in this first chapter, I don't have access to any armor whatsoever. Now, this will be something that continues on down the road. There's a number of maps that I've gotten through a series of mods. Those maps kind of have limitations on there too that I'll play. So if a map doesn't have an like an airstrip or anything like that, I can't use any air units. Kind of makes sense. So once I get done with chapter 1, I'll move on to a new map that I've gotten. Go with 2, 3, 4, on and so like that. What I may also do too, in some episodes where it's like island based or whatnot, what I may use is a mod called the Dynamic Universal War System, which really makes scripting a lot easier because you really don't have to do too much of anything. How the Dynamic Universal War System works is there's different territories that can be placed on the map, and they'll be occupied by the enemy, and it's your job to take those positions. So it's almost like Conquest or, you know, whatever, if you play like Battlefield or I can't remember exactly what it's called in Call of Duty, but you got a whole number of positions. And so that kind of evolves too. You have points which you can use to purchase for units, and then you can go ahead and you can get more points by, you know, taking positions or accomplishing mini objectives, stuff like that. Kind of may do that too. But this is something that I'm doing for me because this is fun, and it's awesome, and this story will evolve over time. But again, I wanted to give you a little bit of a background exactly what the Resolute Alliance campaign is. It's all me, which will be pretty cool. I love this game. I think it's great. I hope you guys buy it because I've invested so much time in it that, I don't know, this is like the only game that I play now. So it should be lots of fun. So thanks for watching, you guys. Hopefully this makes a lot of sense. I think there'll be some good stuff coming up. I've already made like 11 missions so far and more to come. So kind of excited about that. But thanks again for watching. I sure do appreciate it. As always, you guys, I hope you have a good one.